And I mean, in closed deck lists, I could see it being a little worse. Tough matchup. This was our worst matchup in testing. I'm assuming my teammates would be cool with it, but might not even ask them. It's kind of my deck and stuff. But I'll with the guidance stuff, I'll also post our testing win rate with the deck. No, I'll ask my teammates first. That's cool. If they're okay with it, I don't think they'll care. Especially since it's my pet deck. It's not the like hugest samples, but it's better than nothing. Just a little extra info. Is the Smemmer too much life loss be worth it? I don't know if we've ever tried it. Maybe I tried like one league with it or a few games with it at some point. But basically any non-white card is just the bar is just insanely high. Any non-white card you're gonna add to your deck, the bar needs to be so high. And Riddler, it doesn't even get Riddler, doesn't always get a frog, so we figured it would just not be worth it. That's some pretty great draws. When we tested that matchup, there was like very few games where you actually like one was damaged. It was mostly just locking them up. It was Knight of the White Orchid, Philia, all that stuff. Like the Pride Guide draw was kind of hard to get for it to get there, but at the PTI one, that sideboard game was a 9/9 Flying Ocelot Pride, beating like a bunch of Titans, but I think my opponent just kind of messed up. Bonjour goats. They kept on top. Okay. Vexing Bubble. They play free forest usually, but what else am I gonna do? That was like kind of another great draw now. Pretty nice if they kept on top. Should be a lethal next turn too. Maybe they have a forest in hand. Or at least they don't get force when I blink White Orchid. That might be loose. Just so they don't get a car less. Probably doesn't matter. I guess against Titan, you never know. Escape shift these days could always matter. Well, that was kind of the nuts. I guess I didn't have a one drop, but 4, 8, 9, 11. Might as well. Not sure what I can even have at this point, but I have the guide to pump something. Alright, Gemstone Cavern. All the consigns. Mistcaller might be okay just to Philia Blink Titan. Okay. I think the plan was just cut Shepherds, cut Sanctifier, obviously. Cut basic Plains for Cavern in matchup where your life total doesn't matter. This looks good, I think. Fairy's probably not the greatest. I don't know what our record was against Titan. I know I beat it once. I know Reed lost to Collins Mullins in the last round of the PT. Pretty great hands. Ending for an early Amulet, White Orchid Ephemerate, Consign. Consign counters Titan. It counters the last Sagoth trigger, and then it counters the untapped triggers. If they try to escape shift with Amulet in play, you can kind of get them. Does consigning even like, yeah, usually it's a third Saga trigger. Alright, I do have ending for it. But I kind of want to cast my White Orchid. Could just cast Rip next turn. Could also cast Ending, keep Consign mana up. Alright, I think it's pretty speedy to counter it when I have Ending in hand. I'm not in a super rush. Wait, did they like misstag the triggers or something? Lols. Yeah. Maybe it was loose. Maybe I was supposed to like Witch Chanter, and then I would have had to fetch to. I would have had to fetch to potentially search Surveillant? No, I guess I'm gonna use all my mana next turn most likely. Yeah. That's why you should almost never scoop to Titan online, especially if it's not like one of the GOAT Titan players. People like mess up so much. Obviously it doesn't make for great testing, but even in paper, honestly, like don't give them too much credit. Downside is I'm not getting value out of my ephemerate. Could have dismembered, I guess. They're still gonna get like some mana, right? Forests on taps. I once played an Amulet gamer who went turn 1 Simic Gross Chamber, return Gross Chamber to hand, concede. Okay. What does Rib do versus Amulet? Stuffs some of the Scape Shift loops. Well, it stuffs the Scape Shift loops. Scape Shift can still beat you for value, I guess, but. Analyst, Scape Shift. It's actually really, really important. And too bad I don't have a Flagstone here. That would have been good value. Alright. Mopey hand. Cutting, Shepherd. I think you need to keep Force Solitudes though in that matchup. I haven't played enough to be like 100%, but usually like White Orchid is kind of an engine in this matchup. Pretty good Ephemerate Furia targets. Grandland's Grazer, they might have had turn 2, didn't mess up with a land. I mean, I had like Consign to counter something at some point, surely that was enough. Can go to free Solitude. Yeah, maybe it was all the Consigns. Thing is, Solitude's so good in this deck was Riddler, like, sometimes you just Solitude a Grazer and draw 2, or just get some pressure going. I don't know. Sloth. Sloth Beast. the goat. Did I get their third forest yet? No. Was Goryo, since analysts combo loops have actually cut Solitude versus Titan? Any good Titan player has an easy time playing around it. I'm happier with Forces, Consign, Ash Shock, ways to kill Amulet. Well, I don't have all that. It would be like Shepherds over Solitude, but maybe I should. I guess it stops Ice Cell too. Why would you? Seems loose to sack your spawn to cast a useless Ice Cell, unless your plan is to beat down. Gemstone, nah, Gemstone's definitely flex. I'm the only one who played it at the Pro Tour for what it's worth, so my teammate decided it was not worth it. I'm also the only one who's played games with the Gemstone, and I thought it was pretty nice overall. Wait, they're attacking when I have Pride in play? What do you have? Alright, it seems like my opponent might not be the... Am I getting baited? I don't think so. I should have attacked with both. Oh no, maybe not. I can double block. If I play Land Solitudes, I don't know what's better. Land Solitude gives me the City's Blessing. Getting rid of Amulet seems nice though.
10 happy little accidents.
Damn. Real money sub too. Poor one model just forgets to unsub every month. Appreciate the support one model. Damn, that's commitment. Underscore XDD. I'm also a Gemstone believer. I used to run one in Necro and Blue Light Control pre-ring ban. Yeah, we used to be on as a team Gemstone Cavern believers. It didn't make a ton of sense in Goryo's. Didn't make a ton of sense in any of the decks we played at the PT, I think. Obviously Belcher, Goryo's is like... I think in this deck it's kind of okay though. Yeah, even Titan's not too scary right now, right? Shelly D.
Don't think I've subbed in multiple years, but it's because I forget to use my Twitch.
Shame on you. Shame on anyone who forgets to use their Twitch Prime. You must really love Jeff Bezos and hate streamers. Never too late though. Never too late to start using them. Which one? I'll be semi-reasonable and do White Orchid first. Maybe at this point I can pitch Solitudes. It might be plus EV. Just to get the Pride damage in, start making a lot of tokens, just kill them faster. Dirty Dangus, there we go, 22 months. Look, I started a subtrain, I want to cut. Ooh, Tracker, Gross Chamber. Okay, opponents just trying to piece something together here. Let's. Huh. Does that make me holding Solitude better or worse, though? Maybe worse. They already got 2 clues. Maybe March, replace one of the endings. I was anti-March. Reed and a few others still played it, but I think maybe everyone played it. I thought it was a mistake. I think that card just it's too weak. And you need a very specific reason to play it. I think it's just kind of a bad card. We saw you the Isildur did die from the Pact. Oh, I didn't even keep track of that. Well, have 5 mana. You mean Isil is trigger on this? I didn't even consider it. Classic streams. I don't know, you tell me. I think Reed was pretty happy with the March during the PT. I didn't ask the others. I think he stood by it. All I'll say is I'm the only one who didn't play March, and I had the best record with the deck. You send in the Solitude for 2 tokens here, does that make sense? Pushes some damage too. Let's see me attack with that stuff. Seems fine. Hey John Loom, glad you enjoy it. Glad I can help. It's the goal. Are they dead? Should I just go after the Grazer? Worst matchup. Opponent didn't seem like very experienced with the deck though. Also, my draws were good. That one rip. I guess I'd have killed me. Probably not. Mirror match? Well, I also kind of pays for my bills that I stream. I don't exactly do it out of the kindness of my heart only. That's probably like bad matchup. Maybe worse than Goryo's. Not that Goryo's is like unwinnable. Goryo's is tough though. And my hand doesn't even do anything right now.
It's a wonderful day to subscribe to your favorite Hall of Famer Yellowhat Pigeon.
It is. Monday, best day, I always say. Well, Russ, thanks for the 82 months. I can blink Overlord to his dog. True. Not the worst place to have consign. Like Overlord sometimes is okay. They don't get to blink it right away. They do have a Fiat though, right? Because sometimes you just get to 4 mana, you get to enchant it. They have 5. They have 5. Not sure I'm doing that. I have to act first anyways. Plus they can't push it, it's Solitude or nothing, so it's not like it's costing them. They pitched Ophelia. It's not nothing. They might have another one though. I would assume they have another one. Seems like it's better for them to have Ophelia Overlord than to counter my Ephemerate. Maybe just knee-jerk reaction though. Talon 15. Thanks for the 7 months. Welcome back. Oh, it's told it's a good day to sub. Oh no, they're gonna use my own Philia against me. Brutal. That's why they did it, probably. They already had like Emperor and land number 4, maybe. It's not the end of the world. They get like an Overlord trigger. And then I get to kill it with Witch Chanter and play the game for a few more turns. But obviously, it's not looking super great. To get back Flicker Wisp or Solitudes? Witch Chanter? That ain't good. Free Surveil was nice. So they have another Overlord in hand? Can Ephemerate Witch Chanter. Feels like maybe it's just looking for Riddler at this point. Not sure I want to keep Philia. Mocking Royal. Yeah, I didn't have the mana to do it. Did you think about third color for prismatic ending? No. We're not very smart. It was too 5-hit for us to consider it. Give us a tiny bit of credit. Yeah. We considered like playing more pendings, main sideboard, and then the third color might be worth it. But for was only 2 pendings. The deck's already all tight on a little short on blue mana. Alright, what can I do? What do we know? Emperor of Bones. Was a Reason? Yeah, I mean, kind of. It would take the spot of like a fetch, a basic plains, a witch channel, like a valuable land. All our lands are. We're like pretty short on blue and stuff, and I don't think 2 pendings is enough to justify it. Sanctifier plus copy Flicker Wisp. No, man, I think I need to get rid of that Overlord. I can't just let the Overlord attack. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking of. Just there's really not anything else to do. I guess there's deciding whether I use Ephemerate or probably want to save Mockingbirds. Copy Wisp and Flicker Enchanter. Don't I want to save Mockingbird for like Riddler maybe? Oh, and I can kill that Emperor too. To not take too much. Oh no, I have a blocker for it now. And they have another Emperor? What are they gonna Emperor? Probably Riddler. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, they had Solitude. Solitude Flicker Wisp. Okay. I guess I might still pending Emperor now, because still saves me some damage. And then this way. Yeah, I'm gonna be using my mana most likely. Do they play Ketramos? As that version probably doesn't have Ketramos, because they probably don't have Frog and Riddler and Overlord. No Frog, no Ketra. Well, at least they're letting me block. I'm sure that's a good sign. Yeah, I mean, that pretty good hand on the play. All right, let's see. Perch, Tef, Miscaller. Can't remember what we said for that matchup. I wonder if I still have my sideboard notes somewhere. Not sure we did Esper mid though. Let's see. Because they have Rev Disguise too, right? Okay, Sanctifer and Vex probably too weak. Rip is good if they don't have Ketra. Ranger, Captain of Eos. Why not? Ending. Damn. Ending's pretty bad against Philip. Ending's pretty bad against their 2-drops, I guess. Yeah, I could do Consign. Well, that's 60 still. As the White Orchids, I think games can go long. And then on your own flex. Also, sometimes the game get to a point where they have like all the stuff in play, and Rav Disguise could be good. But I feel like it's all silly. They're probably gonna have Thoughtseize, so I have the feeling it. And you have your Riddler deck, so you don't want to have cards that are just gonna be stuck in your hands. Consign is good in theory. In practice, not easy to pull off. Also, White Orchid has its moments, maybe, in Demilla Basic, and games go long. You get them up double blue, double black, maybe. Sure, Raft plus Guide of Souls. Pretty sick combo. Alright, I can White Orchid ramp myself up to 5 or 4 and have White Orchid Philia next turn. Or try and get Philia value. Try and get Philia value, I guess. So they have their own Philia or push. Knight is nice. It blocks their Philia if they're trying to assemble Philia. Makes it all tougher for them. Second one? It's a lot of mana. It's me go like Shepherds, 1-drop. I like it actually. It like sets me up, and then I can like surveil a little closer to all closer to. We could have Consign. It's not the end of the world. It's nice to like make your land drops, ramp mana, surveil, and then if I ever hit Riddler, I'll be like super well set up. Alright, they have their own. I think they play Swamp 2 Plains, something like that. Double black, double blue. Probably go after blue black dual land is good. Also, don't forget Rip Stubs, the Flagstone stuff. Alright, they got back Ophelia. That's at least a white card for Solitude. Which might be all they need. Yeah, looks like they... Or maybe they're sacrificing their Ophelia. Okay. Let's see, we both got pretty strong start. No Solitudes. It's kind of nice. Alright, let's do White Orchids. No. Let's do Shepherds. Just make them have it. Make them have Wrap Disguise. I'm assuming every list plays Wrap Disguise, right? Hmm. I want to Blake the Starfield, right? And I want to jump my Philia. So I guess I'm not gonna get Surveil value because of the Shepherd Shuffle. Alright, let's attack first, see what happens. Okay, still no Solitude. Wow, I just win? Does that mean they don't have Wrap Disguise in their deck? At all? I'm not too sure what I'm supposed to make about that. Can try and take them up double whites, yeah. They usually play 2 planes, I think. Oh, it's pretty bad. Purge for Overlord's kind of nice. But you're a Riddler deck. You should mulligan fairly aggressively. Okay. Turn 1 Rip. Turn 1 Rip off. Turn 1 Rip of Cat Fountain. Double blue is nice. I'm gonna have Rip in play, so Flagstone's not gonna work. Just Marsh Flats, I guess. There's a lot of damage. Oh wait, one of my oh maybe that's silly. I forgot I had to bottom one. Guide or Channer? Probably Channer, right? Also have to have turn one Thoughtseize for my Rip or something. Ooh, double guide. That is really tempting. I mean, I guess if I draw land either way, I get to dump my hands. I agree. Should have kept a land over the guides. Kind of brain fog though. I forgot I had to pitch one to Gemstone. If that's no excuse, I still could have pitched a guide to the Gemstone. I like they make kind of sense there, right? If I draw spells, it's probably good against Thoughtseize, and then if I draw lands, then I'm glad I kept the spells. Alright, I got scared. I thought they might have Thoughtseize, but it looks like it's just push. Easy game. Easy. Easy cap. Push. Okay, they probably don't have Solitude. Unless they're really patient. Why, they had Solitude. I wonder if they're not ghosting. They've not made too many mistakes. Played pretty well according to my hand. I doubt it, but I mean it's like pretty standard play to not go for it there. Because you just lose on the spot if they have ephemerate, so is Swain sponsor? No, I'm just gonna lose unless I draw another Riddler. Do I have any guide? I'm gonna post a sideboard guide for my Twitch subs by Wednesday. It might not be like super detailed matchup guides, but they'll be like sideboard guides for the most played matchups and stuff. Yeah, I'll probably just lose now. Playing the no, I don't think I'm gonna play the challenge. Yes, 2 Riddlers in Warp. I don't know if that rip even did anything. They might have a stranded Overlord. Maybe. I mean, the first rip is almost for sure good against that deck. Also, the Gemstone Cavern didn't really, like, do that much for me this game. Probably did more than nothing, though, more than not having it, but... Oh, they do have Route Disguise. I'll get wrecked. Alright, time for a Riddler. And I don't have Archive. Do you prefer playing Modern or Standard more? Seems all the competitive MTG is mainly Standard nowadays, but I prefer Modern. I enjoy both. I'm not sure I haven't played Standard in a few weeks. The Proto was this weekend when we play the same deck. Not sure. Probably not. I mean, if a Proto was this weekend, I'd be testing like some blue-white chant, probably stuff like that to see if it's better. No, I'd be testing the decks that did well at the Pro Tour. Wait, why did I play Philia? I guess I was never attacking. Slightly distracted. They're just gonna play another Riddler. Yeah, it would have been nice to have Philia in play here. I just got distracted. I would have just been able to chump attack to bling the Riddler. Now what? Go one basic out. Thanks for getting rid of the rip. Yeah, I might be in a decent spot. I would have Riddler, 2 more cards in hand. Oh well. I wonder why he scoop lights game if he had a Rav Disguise in his deck. It plays around dispute a bit, I guess. If my Riddler gets disputed, I can just not play Philia right away. That Philia misplay is costing me so much time. The good news is I got rid of one Wrap Disguise. Maybe I can win a really long game. Like, maybe the Guides and Prides will add up. Did you get priority to play Dispute before you Philia? No, it's already in play. The Riddler's in play that triggers on the stack. Wait, I had them Dobbs at some point? What? Already 11. I'm not the best at tracking my opponent's life total. Think I'm out of fetchable lands, right? Yikes. That's a huge deal, too. Um... All right, and most of my guides are gone. Hello, hello. Looks like their draw's really awkward. They've had to make some pretty suboptimal plays. Could add up in the long run that they had to do. Oh, they have another Wrap Disguise? Never mind. Got it. Well, I got through both Wrap Disguise, I guess. That's the good news. Kind of a strike against Cavern that I played that long game and I cut a Plains. Maybe I'm supposed to cut a Fetch. Seems kind of loose, cut a Fetch. Mistcaller, Mockingbirds. I mean, Pride's kind of useless without guides. Mockingbird's bad against Thoughtseize. Mistcaller will do something at some point. Well, let's get a Solitude. It's kind of scary. They haven't like played a. Oh no, they played a one Solitude. How many Ephemerates? Guess I'll just get the Mistcaller. Oh, I can miscall their Riddler, right? It's probably good enough. Silly. Maybe I should have attacked first. Not let them know. It's not the greatest use, but probably good enough. I do still have 3 Riddlers and all my Solitudes, so that part's nice. Oh, they're down to 8-2. They're just kind of dying. Can go after blue-black. Oh, that's no good. I missed sequence. I should have cast White Orchid first. And then when they did that, just not attack with Shepherds. That's pretty bad. Could be game losing. Kind of sucks when you play a long game like that and you make poor sequencing play. You do feel it in these games. I trimmed the planes after sideboard. I cut a surveil land for an extra fetch land in the main. Now I'm like down 2 fetchable lands compared to what I could have. I look like they mostly had it, so to get even like flicker with my shepherd, maybe they really want to get Felia through. Odds for the Riddler trigger. Makes sense. Alright, I've got like a turn to draw a Riddler or Solitude at least. Good news I have all my Ephemerates too, so I could Riddler into Ephemerate. Blue, white, white, black. Probably keep going after blue. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should have waited to turn that Ephemerate Solitude. You could also trim 1-drops, just assume you're not going to be able to aggro them almost ever. But it makes your Riddlers much worse. And then the one drops still have value late in the game. That's not good. Alish Norn, they have Rav Disguise. And they have Thoughtseize. So it's like Alish Norn's cool when you know your opponent can like really not do anything about it. Then it becomes really interesting. As for Blink is hot, not really. It's not great in our testing. It's like one of the tougher matchups, but even then it was like really close match and 4-7-11. I like didn't run super good. Just only one Riddler, no Solitudes. Oh, that stuff. Well, hopefully I have a Feely on top or a White Orchid. Riddler card's busted in Modern and Standard. Is it busted in Standard already? Or also, I mean? Is it just the new builds? Is new build of the blue-red decks just Riddler? You can't even cheat it in Standard, right? Solitudes, not what we're looking for. Alright, let's play Guide first. Thought they didn't even play Vivi Cauldron anymore, they just played thought they just played like Riddler removal. Don't need that Hallowed Fountain. Let's at least try and slow them down a tiny bit. I usually try to not play Riddler right away in these spots, just do the harder stuff first. This matchup's a little rough when it's not open deck list. Okay, Stoney's very good. I see the consigns. Tef. What was the plan here? I was keeping in the endings. I was liking the endings. Obviously, Sanctifier Rip, that's easy. Solitude's like, depends on Fleshraker. If they don't have Fleshraker, you can board out most of them, almost all of them, maybe. I don't know what the stock lists play these days. Let's see if they have a list. Modern, Urge of Midrange. No. Stock list plays 2 free. Yeah, I'll probably keep 2 Solitudes. It's not like it's off. It's like pretty good against Thought Not Seer, and then it's good against their bigger stuff. Mockingbird, yeah, the oops, all one drop draws are good against them. Sign Filia. I like the games I've played. Stony was really good, so I like both on the play and draw. I think I still like both endings. I guess the Fairy Ranger Captain. Ranger Captain's kind of nice. The turn you just cast it, like sack it the turn to get 7 mana potentially, and can be pretty good. Am I doing 10 a.m. challenge? I don't think so. Yeah, I could ask Liz, but what time 4 goes to 10? Didn't plan on streaming for that long. No, I have stuff to take care of. I probably want to record some stuff for YouTube at some point today or tomorrow. I'm gonna pass. Looks like this deck's been doing good though. It showed up in second in the showcase. They want a challenge. Maybe we're just not giving it enough credit. I thought it would just not be that great in closed deck lists. You'd like lose a bit of your edge, and then it didn't look like super great against the PT meta, but maybe a few tweaks. Having few more cards for these blue-white matchups. Reed played this deck, yeah. We were 5 on our team, played that deck. We had a 23 and 21 record, I think, which is not great. Might short notice head to Eternal Weekend. Eternal Weekend's not during a Pro Tour, right? You want some vintage advice? I'm the vintage goat. Coming weekend. Sounds fun. Raker shops. Isn't Raker shops just not good these days? Why no Conquerors? Too expensive. Stoney's just better. Difference in mana is just huge against Affinity. It's huge against Belcher too. Alright, let's draw an extra card. Oh, he's Riddler. Riddler played in Vintage too. I mean, not that I'm really surprised, but still funny. Oh wait, can I guide Riddler? Can Riddler and then trigger on the stack? That's cool. I totally like Botnot's here is just so embarrassing in like so many matchups. Almost a liability. Draw free. These. I mean, obviously getting rid of Knight was good when they have Ugin's Lab, but Vintage is mostly initiative, Lur's control, and breach and shop decks. Let's counter this since I'm about to mana screw them into oblivion. Have all the cards for all the shops decks. Oh, right. I forgot. Vintage, actual, like, you need to have the cards. Fair. Small detail. You don't just get to, like, register whatever you want, like on Magic Online. This little thing. Small, tiny detail. Can you just end for 0? That works, right? Let's see. I forget. Feels like it probably works, right? Somehow that has not come up, or maybe I just never thought about it and I just missed it a bunch. I probably missed it at least once in testing / the PT. I'd be surprised. Alright, if they don't have Tron, should be good. I mean, I guess it needs to be Tron into Ugin too, or Tron Always Dust. Could maybe be Tron Always Dust. People still play that card over Dismember. Seems sketch. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Have Consign, Ephemerate, have 3 cards in hand. Start by doing that. Just play it safe. AK play it good. Where is Eternal Weekends? Is it always in the same always same location every year? Damn, they had to dismember. Could be it's Pittsburgh. Wait, oh, right. For some reason I thought I was empty. I was down to 1 card. But no, I played my lands. Alright, lethal double consign. Think we're good. Buenas tardes. Muy bien, muy bien. You want to sideboard aggressively in this matchup. Could almost have 24 lands. Let's see. I'll cut basic planes in that matchup. The fairy doesn't get any better. We sell Flesh Raker. Could do an extra Solitudes. Pendings are even more important on the draw, and in my experience, Stony Silence is still good enough as a 2-off on the draw. That card was just really good for me in testing. I think 2 Solitude is fine. You have to consign 2 for Flesh Raker. Not a bad target. Wow. All my sideboard cards. I guess I'm just pitching Riddler, right? Second Riddler doesn't make a ton of sense. Ultimate control list, because people just do things that control struggle to deal with. Danny Shoot, welcome back. Thanks for the primary sub. Mm-mm-mm. Trying to think about which land sequencing is gonna give away the less about your hand. Kind of frustrating when you have turn free Tron. You deal with their map and they still have turn free Tron. They have 4 cards left. Alright, I'll let them have it. Oh, you have Kozilek's command too? All good beats. Maybe it's just a dismember. Oh wait, it's nothing. Maybe they have all lands. Okay. No Kozilek's command. Just YOLO? Do I need to YOLO? Wrong lands. Unfortunate. All right, we know they have like 2 of these. Totally brain fog. Totally forgot they had two 6/5s in hand. How does that change my lines? Maybe this is still good. They play one to get rid of what, Riddler? Warping Whale again? Okay. It was kind of rough that I had no lands. If I could make my land drops and keep consigned mana up, it's not the worst, but this is not going too poorly for me. I guess I am dying. Small detail. Yeah, maybe in hindsight the line was just counter their 2/2, and then they might not want to cast that with no target, and then I get to flash Philia Riddler, I have a better chance of having blue mana up. I totally brain fogged and forgot I knew have their hands. Alright, so if I shock a land Stony, I could just play Hallowed Fountain tapped and say go. And then counter do consign with triple replicate trigger. And take 6. I think that's probably the best line. Attack, blink that, consign when it comes back, and have second consign. Yeah, I didn't think about that somehow. Yeah, I can do it next turn, I guess. That line might work out for me. They might not attack with Zivor. Keep my feeling at bay. At 5. Stony, mine. Land for turn would have been kind of nice. They have no cards in hand. Looks like we need to dodge a couple top decks. Good enough. Yeah, probably need to dodge 2 top decks. Maybe only 1. What if I guides? What if I Mockingbird a spawn? Mockingbird a spawn and then blink my Riddler? That makes sense, right? It's better than... Probably. Alright, Prage. Uh-oh. Well, that's GG. Yeah, I needed to dodge 1 draw step. Why not keep up Consign? Because I wanted to have a blocker for Devour, or use Consign to get rid of Devour. Like, what was your line? What is your 5-head line where I get to keep Consign mana up? Oh wait, that doesn't kill me. There's a Stony. It's gonna scoop. Well. Alright, let's see now. I'm at 2. Can bling, but I can bling the Ballista. Let's see. So many options. Can Witch Chanter. Could Witch Chanter and Guides. And hope they don't top deck. How do I keep Consign mana up while not dying? I mean, I can just Witch Chanter Ballista. I feel like there's... I could just not attack with Sphelia, right? Witch Chanter Ballista, Riddler attacks Karn. Then I have Chum block. I have Ephemerate if I need to. Linking Shatter from land, that doesn't work. You guide Bling Ballista, then Ephemerate Riddler. That makes sense. That's a good line. Yeah, it's by far the best line. That Ephemerate's not doing a ton for me. It's like, I don't really need the Witch Chanter anymore. Yeah, I mean, this is just a lock. Attack Hugh, attack Karn. Like Ballista. I like how they like got Ballista right away. I'm assuming I don't know. I'm assuming, I mean, there's gotta be, it couldn't be worse than Ballista, really. Playing Shanner as a land to draw 2, yeah. For sure. No, it's not especially close. Oh, yeah, right. I don't even have the choice. Draw 2, gain life. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice, but probably unnecessary right now. Oh, it does give me a chum blocker. Puts them down to 9 mana. I mean, I guess the mana doesn't matter. If I'm playing it, I'm probably playing it on my own flagstone. I feel like nothing too bad can happen. Is there anything that can even draw that's like good enough here for a consign? Oh, Ballista pinged me. Like, is Ugin good enough? I'm in a bad spot against Ugin, but still not dead on board. That's probably unnecessary. Probably just chump blocking with guide, keeping consignment mana up. Dire? I mean, I can still counter it. Odd knots here. Well, might as well counter it. Card? I mean, I can count. You guys, I can counter a card, right? Still. Are we acting like I don't have consign in hand? Double guide. Let's see. Let's just draw some more cards, I guess. I'm kind of having fun here. I'm not sure I'm taking the best lines. I mean, I don't think there's much I can do against Always Dust. Well, I guess maybe I should have blinked Riddler then to rebuild after Always Dust. I don't think I could, like, blink enough mana sources because of the... What I got them down to 8 mana. Alright, well, at least I kept Witch Chanter. At least I didn't spew that one. Always Dust. Yeah, I don't know if there was anything I could do. I already drew 2 consigns. I could have tried to dig one more card was Riddler, maybe 2 more cards was Riddler. Second Ballista, I mean that's Sony. They usually play like one Always Dust. Like Ugin was probably not good enough anymore at this point. Maybe Kozilek's command was good enough. Okay. I mean, right, doesn't matter, right? This is just alright. I wanted to cast White Orchid Phantom first, but let's just win the game. Alright. Had to be command into command. Oh, one command was. Yeah, maybe. Alright, check. Give me like. I'm assuming it was to play with cards like Harrow, you know? Playing combination was a card that sacks your own lands. Smallpox, yeah, stuff like that. Boom Bust. Maybe Boom Bust came later. Oh, Neoform. Not the worst hand against Neoform, honestly. I have a Clock. I have a Solitude. I mean, it's not much, but... Yeah, I don't remember what the hell? Is there hair in my food? Yeah, I thought I did. Let's see. I was playing 2 Flagstone in Martortron. But why? Because back then the legend roll was bad. You didn't get to. I think what happened is you played it and they both died at the same time. Right? So you didn't get to float from the second one? Maybe it was like weird mana fix. I really. Maybe it's because people were playing like Wildfire? Maybe people were playing Smallpox? Hypnotic Scepter? Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember why I had it. Why I had exactly 2 in my deck. That one's gonna be rubbed in after Green Pact. Wait, they did that? I didn't even realize. I didn't assume anyone would play this poorly, I guess. My bad. Just, yeah, just assume something like that would never happen in a million years. So I did on their turn, so they have to discard. Oh yeah, maybe. So we're both playing bad. Yeah, it does. I'm not sure what was the upside of me waiting, because I already had like a bad card to pitch. I could probably scoop here. I don't think you ever win from that spot. I think this is just a late match. If I made that mistake, I think in the challenges I'm gonna try and like play a little more focused. But in the leagues and stuff during the week, maybe prelim and challenge. Make a point on being a little more focused. I could do it maybe in every game. Just really chat when there's nothing happening, but I say that now and I'm never gonna do it. We can sometimes just like kill you again with so many cards. Alright, I need Consign. It's probably the single best card I can draw. Consign, Not Solitude. Pride's probably not nearly good enough. The meta is not ready for fully locking Yellowhat, yeah. It's saying something when my win rate in Constructed is higher at the PT than it is like against Magic Online opponents sometimes. Something's. It's almost like playing while streaming is detrimental. Well, I'd just be dead if they packed Riddler here. Dude, Keg Flute is just so value. 2k channel points. Just insane value. At 12, this thing has trample. Blink my Philia, go up to 11. Block. I don't know. I'm still playing this game, but. Yeah, they just have another consign. -1 +1/+1 counter on the Gristle brand. Good luck winning now. You could have the fight card. Land fight +2/+2 my Gristle brands. Or the mandrills. Why do they not have either a fight card or just another Neo form at this point? Could draw Railer into Solitude. I wonder what happened that so many people played Neo form at the PT. Seems like such a weak deck. Alright, I like Purge in the matchup. Anything that deals with attracts that Gristlebrand's good. Now we have the Dispute. I like all the consigns. Anything that interacts. All the cheap creatures. This is one of the matchups where you trim. You could even do Cavern on the play, maybe. Probably don't need to. I think I was bringing in Cavern when I was only playing 22 lands. Always see the pendings can go. And then you have to pick one cut. Kind of almost always like to keep the first White Orchid Phantom. I guess all the Phantoms. I don't think I usually have so many cards to bring in the matchup. Rip for the Monkey, I think that's too narrow. You don't have time to play Rip in the matchup. Yeah, I don't know. It had a bad win rate at the PT, had a bad win rate in our testing. Maybe people like don't just keep track of their stats seriously enough. Maybe people rely on like, damn, can't remember what the plan is in that matchup. No hate cards. No miscolor, no hate cards. Do have like perfect mana. And Riller Ephemerate and a Purge. They might even have Dispute, play a slower game. I think the Purge makes it a keep. Hey, Pale Geek. Doing good. Just chill modern stream. The shame Neoform doesn't have much play outside of the perfect hand. It's always neat when you have a poor man's birthing pod deck in the format. Yeah, your plan B is not super exciting. I mean, it's not very intricate, but the just burning in a bunch of mandrills and playing your mandrills and your riders and using the fight card to kill creatures was pretty effective when I played the deck. To the point where I was questioning people not having 4 of the fight cards and playing a Splato's Disciple instead. People who played Neoform maybe didn't expect Azorius. It was 2-12 in that matchup and reasonable otherwise. Yeah. There's also like people showing up with Scepter Chant and doing well with Scepter Chant. But it's not a huge part of the meta. So who in chat's got their RC coming up, qualified for the RC, and if you want to share what you're considering playing, what you might play. Let's see. I might die. But what else am I gonna do? I might have disputes. I can play Guide first and then play Riddler. Either Affinity or something was Riddler. Don't want to keep Purge up. Hmm. You want me to do what? Play Guide, keep Purge up? I think I'd rather try and draw Solitude if a lot of draws was Riddler. I got a Surveil too. And if they have Dispute, I can play Guide. I think they should bring in Dispute in the matchup. Mistcaller, Riddler was pretty decent in general. Oh, you know what? They might have consigned for the Riddler. Oh, I guess that's fine if that's one of their cards in hand. But I don't ever know. And then I don't play guides. Hmm. So Ephemerite's only good if my top card is exactly Solitude and they don't have Consign. I guess I should have played the guide first, obviously, before the Riddler. If I was gonna play the guide anyways. Alright, no Consign. Yeah, that was kind of poor sequencing. Alright, I'm gonna be dead pretty big part of the time here. Especially since they didn't have Dispute or Consign or anything. And they kept 7. It was like pretty lower range of like hands I keep in the matchup, and I bricked on Surveil like I basically bricked like what 4 cards to a Solitude or something good. Solitude, Consign. Seems like you wanna keep the 13-13 Galta to sack it to Disciple. Maybe you don't want to draw too many cards. Okay, they got Consign, they can keep. And then they can find a pact was Galta. This tactic wrong. You would draw first to see what you have and then resolve a Traxa, you mean? Is that why you say this stacked it wrong? Oh, they have a second Galta trigger. Right, they can keep put more stuff into play. I didn't realize that. The draw is pretty nice. It shows Generous End, Misty Rainforest, and Mystical Dispute. I think that's good for me. Good for me. Oh, they haven't played a lane yet, right? I think it's still kind of good for me to keep Dispute over Consign. Second Galta trigger. Yeah, I mean, they did a lot of things wrong this match, and they're still gonna beat me. Wait, what happened to their... Wait, they didn't sack anything to Disciple? Okay. Okay, you have Dispute up. I mean, their board's just not that scary. Uh, Trample, Reach. I just want to Ephemerate Riddler now? Probably, right? Why not? Let's see if their 12-12 trample can beat me. I don't think so. Don't think 12-12 trample is going to be good enough. All right, opponent, gonna time out. Waiting. Ooh, ephemerate, right. More cards. 12th left trample, no problem. I have 2 1-mana white creatures that let me keep up with that. No problem. Gonna even afford it's gonna be, yeah, they're gonna dispute. And then I'm gonna dispute back, going down to 1 card in hand. Another pride would be pretty good here. Any 1-mana spell, really. I'll take. I already told you I will not be your prime minister. He asks every time. Every time. I'm like, no, no. I will not be your prime minister. Keeps insisting. France really needs a man of the people. Yeah, it's me. It was actually funny and kind of cool. Like for some reason, and I could not figure out like how multiple prides worked and stuff, or I was too lazy to figure it out during testing. So all of that people do it for me, and I was like, you know. And then the very one of our one of my first games in the tournament, maybe not first, but I called the judge to check to see how it worked. Because I guess my opponent wasn't super sure. And the judge was, let's just read the card together. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain line this turn, create a 1/1 creature token. So he goes, you get a token. Then, if you have the city's blessing, for each token you control that entered this turn, create a copy. So you get a second one. Okay, now second Oscillate Pride. Same thing. At the beginning, you get a token. So you get 1 token. And then you get the number you've made. So you get 3 more. Like during testing, I was just trying to like remember how it worked depending on how many you had instead of just reading the card and like I don't know. I'm kind of unreal sometimes. Not gonna lie, I can be quite unreal. It's really not that hard once you read what the card does. Asking to avoid reading alone like a little kid, yeah, kind of. Yeah. So you're saying reading the card explains the cards? A novel concept. Knowing one gets two and two gets six. Yeah, but it's even better once you like understand why. It's like literally like takes a reading and then you're like, oh yeah, it all makes sense. And then 2 a.m. here, have to get up for work in 5 hours, kill me. I'm sorry. I don't know how people do it. I mean, the second I get like a couple hours less sleep than what I'm used to, like either has to be like all coffee or take a nap at some point. Just look through my entire collection. I'm missing 2 ephemerides. Dude, I had to like play mismatch ephemerides at the PT. I don't think ephemerides are that cheap actually. I think they're pretty. I think they're like a $5 common, no? Yeah. Alright, on the draw, +1 gemstone cavern. Minus. I don't want to cut a lane. I guess Flagstone can go. Well, no, Flagstone. Like, you don't want to cut blue source. You don't want to cut untapped white mana. You don't really want to cut Witch Chanter. I guess I'll cut a Flagstone. The Flagstone can be annoying if you have the double Flagstone draw and you have to main face Filia and you can't bluff anything. So it asked who was playing the RC and what they were playing. I think like one person answered. A bunch of people said they were scrubs and were not qualified. Does priority always pass your open during upkeep phase? I mean, priority always passes your open on once per phase if it's your turn. Every phase it goes, you get priority, they get priority, you get priority. I mean, they always get to do something. I sold both my invites and didn't qualify. I can respect that. I mean, if the money is important to you. If you're fine. As long as you're fine. As long as you're fine and content with whatever choice you make. Alright, not the greatest hand, but probably good enough to keep. It's okay, you can live vicariously through Omen. Okay. Omen's qualified, right? I think. Both finals up gave entire price pools, figured that was better EV. Yeah. Is blue-eyed deck a decent in current meta? I want to try a new deck. Kind of need to modern. I was saying no after the PT because the decks that did well at the PT are not the greatest matchups. And I didn't think the deck was amazing in the first place, but came second in the showcase and it won a challenge since the PT, so maybe it's really hard to know. Maybe the deck is played a lot and it's hard to know just by looking at what wins. Could not be very meaningful at all. Oh, on Magic Online, yeah, you have to like set the stops if you want to be able to do stuff during their upkeep. If that's what you meant. She's locked in on Necro. I don't think I've ever seen anyone more locked in on anything in their life. To be fair, it was so cool. Have you ever met her in real life? She had the Necro backpack. She had pimped out Necro deck. Necro themed backpack. Maybe we can ask Owen to post a picture in our Discord. The Necro deck was like all foil alt arts. I can't remember if the Souls foil Soul Spike exists. Probably right. Just okay. Really not the greatest showing for Cavern this league. I feel like Cavern was good for me in testing. It's obviously like not the easiest card to judge, but thought it was quite good. Oh, they probably might just time out. I mean, this match was kind of a shit show. Probably should have lost last game. Me and my friend are deciding what to play for Eternal Weekend, but I just bought playset of foiled daisies and wastelands, so I'm already locked in. Which member? Yeah, they like waited. They didn't play it in my second main. They gave me like an extra token. $120 each foil Soul Spike. Man, foils used to be so rare. Oh, is Soul Spike still from a set where is Soul Spike is only Call Snap, right? Yeah, I remember having to pay like what $25, $30 for them, I think. And I played Necro Deputy. Alright, I don't know if they're trolling again, but I guess I'm gonna do it in their combat phase. Did I have another consign? No. Solid draw. Oh, right, disputes. Good beat. To wait long for next round. Well, it's not the challenge. So you're right. Maybe I'll play challenge on Thursday. Depends if my cousin gets me tickets for the basketball game or not. But if he doesn't, I'll probably do a challenge stream on Thursday. See his blessings? Still not? Rip. Dave, you know you can't just make up card names and try and bait me. Mm, 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 mm. Put them down to one. Not sure. Momo friendly flyer, one white, legendary creature, Lemur Bat Ally, 1/1 flying. The first non-lemur creature spell was flying you cast during each of your turns costs one less to cast. Whenever another creature you control is flying enters Momo. Oh, so it's basically a pigeon lord? Seems nice because Riddler, Shepherd, Conqueror deploys earlier. Would I play that card in this deck? 1/1 flying. Oh, I forgot to fetch. Oopsie. Could Solitude my own token? I mean, hmm. If they have... I guess that maybe I should have attacked with a Pride last turn. I guess if they have Consign, I'm kind of screwed anyways. Might at least take the line that kills him this turn. What is that card that when it enters makes a 4/4 engage? Oh yeah, Neoform again, okay. People so wow, Neoform did so well at the PT. Let me jump on the train. Mock Flunkies, Goblin that can't attack or block alone. I'd have turn 2, but at least they have to play a pact first. Looks like opponent actually knows what they're doing, though. They sack their fetch before casting their creature. It's like slightly better sequencing already. Oh. Hopefully they're just going for this. Are they going for the Xenagos kill? Is there a last card in man? I mean, I have double Solitude. I mean, they just lose, right? Even if their last card is packed. I mean, you can't play around. It's a good line, obviously. You shouldn't play. You shouldn't play around double Solitude. Should probably go for the kill. Their last card's got to be blue packed, right? There's no way you go for it there. And okay, their last card was not blue packed. I mean, you could have Goryo there. You could have just gotten Goryo. Maybe Mockingbird's all too bad. Oh, I said I'll let a board out of the land, right? What did we decide on? Plains? Flagstone? Wait, why would I keep Plains over Flagstone? Ophelia. Telling you, broken build of Neoform. 4 Mandrills, 4 fight card main deck. Mockingbird might be a little sketch. It's a blue card too. Can't pitch it to Solitude. Probably better than Lando. I got the Cavern Riddler. Can't keep though, I think. Do you like Ranger Captain more than Recruiter? I never tried Recruiter. Ranger Captain's nice against combo, but probably shouldn't expect that much combo. That's a hand. Wow. Jeez. Alright, turn 1 Mistcaller. Turn 2 Philia Shepherd 1-drop. I'm a little skeptical of Recruiter in a non-Ether Vial deck, but it's pretty nice with Philia. I have Dismember. Played Untap Force on turn 1. Oh, they probably just have Generous Ends. Yeah. You can attack here, right? Against Neoform. Was I surprised the control did well? Yeah. I did not even bother testing control. Some might say mistakes were made. Did definitely not expect that. How did they beat Mistcaller? Dismember into the Flood Maw. Fight it. They have a lot of ways. Ambush it was Dried Arbor. Any consigns? Try to slow me down a bit. No. Yeah, my teammates were hating on the Shepherd. They're like, that card stinks. You should play Ranger Captain of Eos. I'm like, I don't think so, but okay. Obviously, I was right, and they were left. Hooting Mandrills, the goats. What are we getting here? Getting a second missed color is pretty nice, so I don't think they have a great answer. Once you get two. I guess I could consign the guy trigger and eat my Philia. Not a big deal though. Also, they probably didn't have it last turn. Wait, what? Oh, they drew it? Or they just didn't use it last turn? Ah, you got my Philia. You got me. Does it matter? Two guides, two prides. Is that good against Neoform? Can tell you what our testing went. I think our testing 50-50, 10-10-10. I beat it at the PT. I think you're probably like slide dog. Also, some of the games we played in testing, I had Ranger Captain and Mistcaller in the main. I think Mistcaller won me like one of the pre-board games. I would guess you're like a small underdog, but also depends on how much sideboard you have. Kind of matchups where every card matters, every card adds up a lot. Any interaction you can have. BO1 playing this Saturday. I'm hoping to play the standard showcase. I might get some BO1 qualifiers. It's on 1819, right? Yeah, I'm here. I should be I want to try and play is it limited or historic? QPs indeed. OM1 sealed. What are the limited prelims on Magic Online these days? I don't know if it's a me problem, but I feel like it was just not the info. It says limited prelim. Is there like not a way of knowing what format you enter? I'll be right back. It's a guy trying to get me to sign up for charities. I was like, no. Check the prizes. I mean, I did, but just QPs and play points. Yeah, Pachi, the guy who came in second. It was funny, we played and then he told me his name at the end. He's the one who knocked me out of top 8, round 15. I forgot who he was because we had played in RC Naples. Alright, maybe the Gemstone Cavern can go. I would have to play with it a bit more. You are kind of desperate for sideboard cards. There's a lot of high impact stuff you can play. Even like a third Stony Silence can just really high impact. Disputes didn't really get to find out. It would be nice to have something for Esper, but Esper is like junk. It's not super useful to have dedicated sideboard cards because they just have Thoughtseize, they have ways to deal with them usually. Someone mentioned Elish Norn, like Ranger Captain, I basically never drew it. And I think Shepherd's better in the grindy matchups. Also, cutting an archive for flood. You know what I should have done? I should have done like Windswept Heath. See if it was better than archive when I drew it at least. Just citing for Torpor Ancestor. Could just try a bunch of consigns. Yeah, I know you're not supposed to play Windswept Heath because of tight end. That's why we didn't play Windswept Heath. It's like so niche. One thing I was considering for that matchup is surgical. You like board out the rips and bring in surgicals, and you just try and surgical solitude or like any if you can surgical like solitude or Riddler, like one of these cards. Maybe the games go long and you can win the really long games. Sounds super sketch though. It's kind of annoying with this deck too, since it's that's labeled as W like white blue. You can't even like see all the lists. Charm over pending is probably nice, specifically against Espermid and Gorios. Even though pending's really nice against Frog, Frog can be a problem. One priest main deck in your Philia Bling deck, jeez. Maybe that's the meta. It's funny, they also added a Fetchland and cut an archive. I did mention that maybe there was one too many surveillance. Emrakul. Assuming Mail's probably a decent matchup. This is the kind of deck that I think would do decent against Mail. 2 Stern Scalding. One that I love Stern Scalding was how few blue mana you have in the deck. You might not have it when you need it. No Stony. People just disrespecting Affinity. That's a tough one, because Affinity can get you game 1 too if you don't know what you're playing against. It's a not great one to disrespect. They're playing my list. The one Gemstone Cavern's kind of dead giveaway. They didn't do super well though. I don't know where 2 Mockingbird came from. It's like the showcase list, but slightly different. The guy who tweeted about his win, and then people started doing the. Well, I thought he was the guy who did. Oh no, it was the showcase second place list that had the one recruiter. I think he just played Reed's lists. No, he added a couple disputes. Don't mind it. How did Captain feel? I don't think I ever drew it. I think it's probably just a word shepherd almost always. Hey, I don't think it's worth it, but yeah, I tried it because why not try stuff I'm not sure of, and could do second Tef. Well, I wish Tef was a bit better against Esper mids. You usually don't want to bounce their stuff. It is decent against Philia. It makes their ephemerates worse, but my experience with Teferi in these matchups, it's really hard to protect. Enjoy free surveil. I mean, yeah, but I also enjoy having on tap land in the early turns, which this deck's like struggles with sometimes. I mean, Fetchman's so nice. But yeah, I did miss the first surveil in our one loss. Free going to the tap land when you only play 20 free lands and you're a low curve deck. Your low curve deck is like a lot. Tef is mid and mid-range mirrors. Yeah, I'm always happy to see. I was happy to see people keeping him around while I tried to blink some overlords. Yeah. I wonder if there's some silly late game card you can play. Problem is this deck has no way of tutoring them, no way of getting them back. Oh, you know what we were discussing? That was the card. I think it was Theo's suggestion. That was the card I was most interested in for these matchups. Internight Stories. It's like decent against Thoughtseize. They don't exile their graveyards. That's the card I wanted to try. Do they want to want a Flourishing Fox to tutor and psych? No. Sounds heinous. We did have one Inspector at some point. We'll also try Sentinel in the deck at some point. The problem with all these one drops is they're incredibly mediocre. And that's one of the reasons why this deck is so good is, and I mean all the energy decks are so good, is because your one drops are just so good on turn one, so good early in the game, and still very relevant in the late game. So they're not even the worst top decks, whereas Sentinel's just awful top deck. Even though Sentinel can be amazing. I mean, if you have it in your opening hand, it works with Riddler too sometimes. I definitely had a game in testing was a Sentinel where I had Sentinel and then I drew 2 off Riddler off my Sentinel trigger and I think I drew Ephemerate and then I saved my Riddler. It was like biggest blowout ever, but yeah, Alistarn also does dice to Rav the Skies, so I don't think it's worth it. I think Winter Knight, you could push it, just try to. Giant Killer, I had that too. I honestly I thought that card was pretty reasonable. And it's not a bad one to Teferi. Yeah, I could my teammates were like super skeptical of Giant Killer, so I just like when we made room for sideboard, I removed it, but yeah. Maybe you want to force Shepherd in the grindy matchups. But now we're already at 17 cards. Quantum Energy. Sounds reasonable. Giver of Runes awful. Hex Parasite awful. No Johnny. I think a Johnny was our red card's just not that exciting. You can play one maybe. Just because it's a fine card, but no, I don't think a Johnny's good enough. Sanctifier dead good since it can't be tutored with Shepherd. I mean, it was in our sideboard, so it's just like kind of passable main deck card. It's wide, so it pitches to Solitude, and it saves us a sideboard slot, basically. I wanted to play 2 rips, but I got talked out of it. Ingenious Prodigy. What's that? Is that Tamio? I had a Tamio in the sideboard for a while. Yeah, I mean, these Esper mid decks are usually weak to Planeswalkers. Could honestly try like Jay's Mind Sculpture or something silly. But Winter Night Story's nice because of Thoughtseize and Dispute and whatnot. Random Hate Bears, nah, the Hate Bears are just too mopey. Yeah, 5-mana Elspeths. Reed would have definitely like played one if I was like we should play an Elspeth. I think Reed would have been on board. Is that better than Jace though in that matchup? And in general, Burton Forge Tender, yeah, it's not really your Burrington Forge Tender meta though. Do we have other ways to bounce it? Oh, you know what else man, I wish I remember all the cards we considered. Another one we considered for the grindy games. A little Proclamation of Rebirth. Holy Value. That's a nice one, you gotta admit. Most underrated card in all of Modern, probably. Yes, they're really long games. Rashari, you gotta stop naming every unplayable one drop, please. Actually, Selfless Savior is like one of your better suggestions. Selfish Savior is like not completely awful. No, I know there's Scouts for Survivors now. Dude, Scouts for Survivors not the worst against the push decks. Problem is you don't mill a lot besides Surveil, and a lot of the removal is just pending in Solitude. Path to Exile 2 is like nice card in these matchups. I see you can't tutor for it, but Giant Killer's pretty rough against Ephemery too. Pretty gamblish. Yo, FixX. Been a while. Welcome back. Thanks for the Prime sub. Well, I don't know if it's actually been a while, but I feel like you're one of the OGs. Following since October 19, 2015? Damn. That is. Can anyone beat that? Following since October 19, 2015. Like when we used to stream on like the channel Fireball channel? Or was it Justin TV? Tried Militant for creatures. Yeah, there's the warrior one. Just since 2011, 2012. Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, I said it, but I'd probably just try 2 Winter Night Stories to get like meaningful like reps with it. Try and draw it sometimes. Also, if you're really traumatized by getting locked up by Scepter Chant, you can like play Auto Aura somewhere in your 75. Anyone remember livestream.com? I don't know what livestream.com is. I don't think so. I don't remember what I watched on Justin TV. Was that the OG Magic? Was like, did Rashads? We need Rashads. Are you here? GG's live? Might Sibyl early. I was watching Soda Popping playing WoW on Justin TV. I remember when Team Liquid streamed a Star League using a distributed torrent-like system that works so well. I remember listening to music on MySpace. Did you just come up with that, Siege Rhino, or is that like... Alright, this is the builds. I'll play the, I'll be on for the modern prelim tomorrow. Was that deck? Was the blue-white deck? And then Wednesday, day off. Unless maybe once on every blue moon, I'll stream the 11 a.m. modern prelim on a Wednesday. And then Thursday, I'll do modern challenge if I don't get tickets for the basketball game. If not, I'll do some more modern. Probably like a decent bit of modern. Maybe a little standard too. Is there a standard prelim that like works? 9 p.m. standard prelim. 8 p.m. standard prelim if we bust from the modern challenge. Ashran's Call? Was Ashran's Call niche? I mean, I know the name and I remember the name. Kind of been that niche. The standard prelims don't fire ever? Okay. Maybe because I knew a lot of people who played like EverQuest and WoW. I'm grateful for like never having started playing these games. Probably would have ruined my life. It's tough though. All the people who played these games usually say it was like just the greatest years of their life, but also like probably not great choices in the long run. All you did was play WoW from 2006, 2010. Yeah. How do you feel like in hindsight? No regrets? It was fun when all I had to worry about. Oh, you were in middle school? Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, if you're in middle school, I mean, even then, it's like you could argue, it's good to like do something a little more like that gets you more skills, or another hobby, like not like be productive, but just have a hobby that's maybe a little more useful in the long run. I watched multiple classmates fail out of college because of WoW. I def had a long stretch of 18-hour MMO days. Yeah. I mean, I got lucky. I had long stretches of 18-hour or 16-hour day moto days. And I managed to parlay it into a career, but it was probably not the greatest life choices. I just lucked out to be the like top X%. Nah, no regrets. Great time with my friends. Definitely cannot play now. I used to GM a pop for MMO peak life. I broke up with two different girls because they could not handle the universe needing me to play WoW to maintain the balance of power. I could not understand that. Unbelievable. Hobbies are meant to pass time, not fill it. The bad thing about WoW is how hard it is to quit. Yeah. What would you do instead if you couldn't game for a living? Some sort of data job? I have no idea. Probably work at the Gap. Apparently, I'm a really good folder. I can fold clothes extremely fast, extremely well. When will there be another podcast? Tonight, we're recording tonight. I told Edgar I either want to like try and commit to like every week, consistent, maybe better quality sound, better everything, or just stop doing the podcast. I don't know. The plan is to record tonight. I'm gonna record either. I'm gonna try and record every Monday, if not Tuesday. This way, it's always up on Wednesday, actual midweek metagame, and not end of the week bi-monthly metagame. I think my dream job would have probably been like some kind of sports coach if I couldn't, because kind of like sports and also it's kind of nerdy. So I think that would be that would have been something I would have liked to do. The best parenting my parents ever did was not letting me play WoW. How are you gonna game for a living when you're 60 plus? I don't know. I'll figure it out when it happens. Maybe I'll still have other 60-year-old people watching me and hanging out. I don't know. You guys have to keep going, lol. So many MTG podcasts are either on hiatus, incredibly sporadic with months between eps, or have quit to. Yeah, I mean, I just have not taken the time to try and monetize it. I basically make no money with the podcasts. Hence, like the part about trying to be really serious about it, consistent, better quality. I think we're going to record video to upload it to YouTube, see if that works. Magic is definitely the sort of game where 60 yard plus could still be effective at the highest level, like poker and chess, yeah. Especially because you like just so far ahead, just get to snowball. Nursing home. Yeah, I was talking to Shivam, and he has like the Commander podcast gets like 20k like listens or whatever. I think ours was like between 1,500 and 2,000, so you like 10x is what we do. Popper too. Yeah, I mean I don't do a very good job at promoting my content, but now that I'm in the YouTube Shorts game, people will know. Hey, what's up? I have to say, Popper is for people who really love playing Magic because it's just magic on magic on magic, game objects, drawing cards, cards coming back from your air, slowly repeat. It is fun format. You should create a cinematic trailer for your stream. That would be tough. Yeah, just like an intro video, kind of. Wait, what? Is that a troll or feminist? Yeah. Is that what you searched? I already said no. How do I apply? All right, chat. Should we start a little GeoGuessr prediction? No, we actually. Oh, we did not cover the over last time? I thought we did. Oh, maybe we did 2 times ago. It is Chad Guesser now, though. It's not the daily challenge anymore, so you can play along. How many QPs do I have? How many more QPs do I need? At least now I know I can open chests at 15. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, you can play along, you can guess. You can also like you can have your own map, right? Well, someone slammed the over, so someone should probably take the under. Dave is making us a favor here, just getting the betting starting. We're probably 50-50 to cover the over if I had to guess. No, no one. Dead game. Someone's got their feet wet. Very cautious. There we go. 16,969. Easy. Easy bet. Dude, the vacuum sponsorship is kind of genius. I'm sure a lot of people who watch his Spike stream probably work from home, probably take care of a decent bit of chores and stuff. I could be talked into a new I could be talked into a new vacuum cleaner. I thought that such fun was frogs. A varied world. Let's do a varied world. Did I see the sign? Wait, was there an actual relevant sign? I saw the one about the boulders. Oh, looks like there's a sign there. SOS 500 mètres? That kind of looks French. 2 kilomètres? Could definitely be France. Okay, let's go east a bit. But that looks Spanish on the back of that truck. Précaution. Yeah, plus these cars don't look very French at all. On that car, no, that's not France. South America, yeah, me too. Like maybe around Colombia or Bolivia, thing like that. You're a debtor. You might just be trying to string me along. It would be nice to have a sign. Kind of sucks. We're in like decent road. Like there's like no signs. Only these stupid like SOS. Why so many SOS? Is that like a dangerous road or something? Yeah, it is kind of nice roads. Oh, 20 something something. 20 El Pato. Maybe it's talking about solar polar bear. Maybe it's like. Plus, there's a bunch of puentes. All right. Got so baited. Got baited by that stupid truck. I don't know. I didn't hate my guess, honestly, but like even before seeing that truck, how did people do on the first one? How did you do, Dave? What did you guess? Okay, okay. Dude, there was a sign right here. Show me the freaking sign. Calverton End Estate. Blokes? Give way. Just everyone has to give way. No one can go. Alright, sorry. I feel like this way is maybe going to like a highway or something. No? You guess Ecuador? Better than me. Come on, give me something. Buried the world in my ass. Just no clues. Log Salter Fort Farm 0115? 0115? What the hell of... What kind of phone number is that? Yellow plates. Oh, finally. Nottingham. Alright, someone remind me where Nottingham is. Oh. A60. Alright, we got somewhat close. Oh, that was Calverton right there. Robin Hood, yeah, I know. In zona urbana. Hernandarias? Palm trees. Me looking at the chat for help. Me when I look at chat for help, just like, nope. Dave got kind of close. That's our problem with chat guesser. Dave can't help me now. Argentina? I don't know, man. Maybe? Could be. There's palm trees though, so maybe a little closer to the equator. I don't know. Maybe they have a lot of palm trees in Argentina. Previous area, it was. You mean the Mexican one or the UK one? The UK one was north of Nottingham. Alright, I have no idea. Paraguay. I'll get wrecked. Get wrecked by South America. New Zealand, maybe? D1514. New Zealand or like South Africa? Wait, are they actually driving on the left? I think D1514 is like South African. Driving on the left. I got baited. I thought there was a sign. Umvuzo training. Does not look like South African dialects or names. Ailingen College. Okay. And Wedway. Elongini. Okay, Wedway. Anyone ever hear of that city? You like Uganda? Did they drive from the left in Uganda though? It's so tiny. I guess we had the D something road. Not bad, but Japan. Central Toyota 419. Is Toyota a city name? Tokai Shiryu Toyota 419. Tokai Shiryu and Toyota. Is Toyota near Kyoto? I mean, is it? Okay, let's take a look at these signs and then maybe start looking. Central Toyota, Seto. So you think near Kyoto? I always forget. Toyota, Seto. Seto sounds vaguely familiar. Not Kyoto, Nagoya, Aichi. 419. Uwagomowo Station. Does anyone see Uwamogo? Alright, nice. Good job, Adam. Eternal Weekend was in Toyota? Damn, look at everyone just nailing it. Dave killed us. I got third. Future just farms us with XDD guess every time.
We have top men working on it right now. Who? Top men.
Modern Challenge was Affinity. Bissell is giving 50% off subs while supplies last. Let's go. Is he getting like front page or something too? How is he like over like 2K? Alright, Spike. So he really has all the viewers. See if I can get myself a new vacuum. And then you have the vacuum here behind me. Get rich, get richer. Yeah, and I'm subbing. One of the few channels I still sub to. He's 3-0. Was Osmo in his deck. Nice. Alright, everyone. I'll be back tomorrow. More modern, more hanging out. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Do you think Voyage Beyond the Affinity card that draws for you is a bad pipe dream? I mean, you've got Monitor, that's just much better card, right? And people don't even play that card right now. So, I'm not sure how the blue-white card would be good, but I mean, you could play all of them somehow. So yeah, probably Pipe Dream. Alright, thanks everyone. Have a great one.